What's up everyone? My name is Maximilian, and we're going to take a look at the recently released official Black Ops 2 reveal trailer. There's also been a lot of information that's been released over the past few days for Black Ops 2, so let's break all of this down and see if there's any information we can pull from this to find some clues about what we're going to expect from the multiplayer of one of the biggest games of 2012. So first off, as you folks can obviously tell, and it's the topic of many conversations right now, Black Ops 2 is set in the future, but it's not the distant future, and we're not going to be copying Halo 4. Black Ops is set in the year 2025. However, for the sake of the campaign, there has been a lot of elements released in the story that we're seeing right now, and it's a direct sequel to the original Black Ops. However, during this campaign, you're going to be going throughout different eras. More notably, the Cold War during the 1980s, and mostly the campaign will be taking place during 2025. There's a sequence in the trailer that depicts a bunch of soldiers riding against armed forces that actually does take place in the 1980s, so we're going to see a lot of variety of gameplay in the single player. But the single player seems like it's going to be the biggest thing changing about Black Ops 2 that we know of right now. For the sake of the story, it's been told that there's actually going to be branching story paths, and this is one of the first times this is happening in a Call of Duty campaign. Treyarch is trying to break the formula of linear gameplay and scripted events and actually go for something that puts you more in control and events that actually pan out that are based on the decisions you make and the performance you have during the gameplay. Essentially what this is good for is that it makes you want to play the single player game more than once instead of just going for that higher veteran difficulty. So I'm down for this. I think this is a good idea. I like the setting. I think it's a good pace that Call of Duty needs because it was getting a bit stale, and especially with Modern Warfare 3, the set pieces were grand, the set pieces were gigantic, but really, how are you going to beat World War 3? And I don't think Treyarch is trying to beat World War 3. I think they're trying to go for something completely different, and I am totally down for that. If we pause the action during the trailer, there's actually a moment where the player is manning some sort of turret device or machine, and in the bottom left corner there's actually command prompts to form a squad and give them commands, so this could be one of the first times you actually have squad control in a Call of Duty campaign. But when you start looking at all this, they're showing a lot of vehicles, they're showing a lot of the futuristic variety of what weaponry and combat is going to be like in the future of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and the first thing I start thinking is which one of these items are going to start showing up as kill streaks. Is the tank actually going to be something that they're going to bring back a la World at War? Are these other devices and crazy machines going to be unlockable kill streaks that you can use during the multiplayer? There's probably a good chance a lot of this stuff will show up, but David Vonderhaar went on record with many preview sites saying that the multiplayer is no longer a one-size-fits-all solution, and they're stripping the game back a lot and started from a very core place, so this could possibly mean that they're taking down the elements of kill streaks, the options of perks, the crazy creative class options. I only hope that Black Ops 2 retains some of the stuff that the original Black Ops had. The customization, the emblems, the ability to change the way your character looks depending on your loadout and type, face paints, all these little things I thought were really good. The different designs, the fact that you can put your emblem on your gun. The element of customization was one of the big reasons Black Ops had a pretty good multiplayer, aside from the fact that it was a fairly balanced experience. Now, one thing that he's also gone on record saying is that they're looking very much at the MLG aspect and the aspect of esports competitive gaming and having Black Ops 2 be that game just like the original Black Ops was. So that means that they have to make the experience enjoyable for a viewing audience, that Black Ops 2 has to be something that bridges the gaps or somebody watching and that makes them want to play. So in the era of Call of Duty, usually games like Modern Warfare 2 kind of did that with their crazy kill streaks, stuff going on everywhere, maniac action left and right, and Modern Warfare 2 was the crazy version of Call of Duty. But this is an interesting aspect to take to a new Black Ops 2 multiplayer front. So what do you think they're going to actually do to change things in Black Ops 2? Even though there's been a lot of leaked information, and there was an insane perk leak list and weapon leak list that dropped about a few weeks ago that has not received any legitimacy yet, and we don't know if it's true. But there was some really crazy game-changing stuff that they were planning, and some stuff that seemed like it was total BS, and other things that seemed like that could be a possibility and that could completely change the way we play Call of Duty online. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think that the Call of Duty formula is a fun one. It's enjoyable, but it does get stale fast since most of the games have been following it very strictly since the original Call of Duty 4. If we can have a game that changes something for a campaign and a competitive multiplayer setting, we can have a seriously awesome competitive shooter on our hands and would be a total breath of fresh air. However, Treyarch needs to take care of one big thing that's been plaguing the last few Call of Duties, and that's lag, and that's the element that the game does not have servers that it reads from. It reads from a host, and there has been a big issue with lag with Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops. As long as they take care of that, we're on a pretty good basis to have a badass Call of Duty in November. And there's another big piece of news that a lot of Treyarch Call of Duty fans will be really excited about, and it's the fact that zombies will definitely make a return in Black Ops 2. There's been little information that has released, but they went on record saying that zombies is going to be the biggest of any of the Call of Duties yet. That's from World at War and the original Black Ops, that the actual experience in this game is going to be revolved around the multiplayer aspect and not the single player. They were saying the original zombie designs and how the stages were used and how you played the zombie mode in previous Call of Duties was taken off the design aesthetic from the single player campaign, but now they're using the multiplayer, which essentially allows them to use more characters and more players. So this could potentially mean, and it's actually been rumored in several articles as of right now, that we could be seeing 8-person zombie mode in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which is absolutely friggin' awesome. This is the way to go. Add more people and it can make the game a lot more fun. The last bit of info we can pull from this trailer is specifically the weapons. We see a lot of weapons being wielded by soldiers during this and in screenshots. However, most of the guns do seem to be of the futuristic variety, some stuff that might seem in the early conceptual designs of real guns, and some others that actually resemble real-life weapons. So what do you think about this? Do you think taking weapons that are not of realistic variety and actually making variants of them in Black Ops 2 that are fictional weapons is the way to go? Because I kind of like being attached to weapons and realizing this is a gun in real life, this exists, and it's badass when I hold it and wield it.
They'll always need men like us, those who are willing to do what others cannot.
And that'll just about do it from the breakdown of the first Black Ops 2 reveal trailer. In summary, there was some information and some stuff dropped that kind of conflicted each other. David Vonderhaar went on record saying that they were going to tone down the multiplayer experience, most likely bringing it back to a gun-on-gun directly, which they tried to do with Modern Warfare 3. However, during the trailer and from the things we see that could potentially and possibly be in multiplayer, there seems to be some crazy things that could possibly be kill streaks, things that you can add on top of perks, combinations, different player mobility, so it seems to be a totally different direction from what we're seeing in this first trailer. So I'm really excited to see what Treyarch is going to bring to the table when they finally start revealing some multiplayer info. But if you could, please leave a comment below, because I'd like to report your thoughts into the next video where we highlight some of the recent rumors that have also dropped for Black Ops 2 as far as perks and weapon gameplay, but is not confirmed to be real. Do you think that Black Ops 2 would fare better with this futuristic setting and taking the multiplayer experience to a more simplified level? Or do you like the crazy, insane version of Modern Warfare where there's explosions everywhere and danger around every corner? Until then, thank you very much for watching. For the latest Black Ops 2 trailer breakdowns and information releases, visit my channel at youtube.com/miles923 for a variety of gaming videos. Until then, this has been Maximilian, signing out.